3, 2, 1. Hold on. Welcome to Michigan women's basketball at the Chrysler Center here. We're about to start in about 4 or 5 minutes. Michigan, 1-0 on the season, takes on Oakland of the Horizon League. They are 1-1. And, you know, this is Michigan's only second game of the new season. A fairly comfortable win against Purdue-Fort Wayne, 80 to 61. Laila Phelia leads the way with 25 points, and that's something Laila Phelia, you know, Emily Kaiser and Leah Brown are no longer here, and especially for players like Laila Phelia and Jordan Hobbs, they're gonna have to take on a much bigger role without those two stars. So I'm joined by Josh. I'm Coby. And so Josh, is there anything of note that you saw from their first game against Fort Wayne?
Yeah, great to be here with you, Coby, on this Tuesday night. Michigan's only second game of the year, kind of a weird 8-day layoff after their first game. But yeah, no, definitely a lot to be desired from this Michigan team. Laila Phelia with a smooth 25 points in the season opener. She was the only preseason All-Big Ten selection for this Michigan women's basketball team this year. But a lot to be desired and a lot of enthusiasm. Lauren Hansen, the grad transfer from Missouri, she averaged 12.9 points per game last year at Mizzou, but had 11 in the season opener. Taylor Williams, the transfer from Western Michigan, scored 8 points with 7 rebounds in the season opener as well. And Macy Brown as well, someone, a rising star as the backup point guard for Hansen, had four assists later in the game. But yeah, just a solid, comfortable win, and now Michigan's going to look to use this game against Oakland, a team that Michigan State beat by 25 points just the other day, 97-72. And yeah, now just looking for a kind of a way to get back in form before this team goes down to Atlantis this weekend.
Yeah, and Oakland, they finished 8th in the Horizon League last year, projected to finish around the same, the middle of the league. So Michigan is expected to win this game, and in dominant fashion. But since their game against Fort Wayne, there have been some interesting developments for the program as a whole. Obviously, that starts with the coach Kim Barnes-Rico signing an extension to be here through the 2028 season. They officially signed Olivia Olson. She was committed, but she officially signed. That cements Michigan with a top 5 class. So I mean, this last week has been great for the program overall, despite there being 0 games.
Yeah, no, definitely a really solid week for Michigan. A lot going on off the court as well, with everything else going on around with the athletic department. But also Michigan's looking to get Alyssa Brett and Kyra Evans healthy. We'll see if they make an appearance in today's game, not in the starting lineup. Those are 2 key pieces that I think Michigan is really going to need, especially with that depth going into a 3-day in a row, 3 games in 3 days tournament in Atlantis, where they're going to be playing, you know, I think some games where they're definitely going to have some chances to win, opening against Middle Tennessee State. But yeah, no, looking at this Oakland Grizzlies team, you know, led by Markia McCormick, who has been averaging 16.5 points per game so far. She's kind of the lead guard on this team, a grad transfer. She from Detroit Mercy and Charleston, and at Charleston she was first team All MEC. So, you know, definitely someone that, you know, I think can pose some threats to Michigan's backcourt. As well, Brooke Quarles-Daniels averaging 10.5 points per game across the 2 days, and then Linda Van Shake looking into the front court. But I think this is a game where Michigan's really going to look to get rolling and get ready, head into Atlantis in a few days.
Yes, absolutely. The ball is going to be tipped. Michigan wearing maize jerseys. They win the toss. Oakland wearing black jerseys with beige numbers. It's Hobbs in the middle to Williams. Post up right away, misses, gets her own rebound, misses again, gets another rebound, back out, shot, and it's no good for Jordan Hobbs. Rebound Oakland, immediate three, no good, and they get the rebound. Both teams getting multiple chances at the ball here. It's Quarles Daniels one-on-one with the star of this team, Laila Phelia. Driving, and it's a rebound by Oakland. They get another offensive rebound, and then finally Cameron Williams corrals it, and it's the transfer from Missouri, Lauren Hansen, taking the ball up.
Yeah, some team cup activities going so far. Both teams playing fast, trying to get up a lot of shots. Definitely going to be a high-scoring game if these teams get some shots to fall.
Get the ball into Cameron Williams. She's double-teamed. Back out. 3 by Phelia, and it's off the mark. Rebound Cameron Williams, and the putback is good, 2-0.
Finally, one shot gets down to go for Cameron Williams. Definitely going to be probably the number 2 player on this team. It seems, starting to find those shots. They just got to go in, and that one did. Nice start for Michigan off the rebound.
Quarles Daniels one-on-one again, and Oakland steps out of bounds. It'll be a travel on Johnson.
Yeah, that was Alexis Johnson there. Just a little sloppy, but yeah, Michigan going to get the ball back, trying to establish momentum early.
And here's Lauren Hansen. No Leah Brown, obviously. That is a big loss. One of the best point guards in the country as they get the ball in to the other Williams.
Nice move by Taylor
and
Williams.
It's good. Got
really
2
nice.
Williams, both working the post there.
Yeah, stepping through the lane, crossing between a couple Oakland Golden Grizzlies defenders, and just getting a nice lane. Those high percentage shots are going to be important for Michigan early on if their 3-point shot can't go.
Absolutely. Quarles Daniels brings it up again. Oakland trying to find their first basket.
Looks like a push off there. And that's one on Markeia McCormick, the best player probably for Oakland. And yeah, just 2 careless turnovers early for Oakland, not the start you want on the road here in Ann Arbor.
Yes, especially against this Michigan team that already has the advantage. Taylor Williams gives it back to Hansen. Trying to find Cameron Williams.
Really trying to work down low, trying to get open.
Here's Phelia, one-on-one in the block. Drives to her right. Post up, turn around, and it's good. Laila Phelia.
Yeah, she's just so talented. By far the most talented player in this team. Her and Cameron Williams, the number 2, the give and go, pick and roll. And those just, the 2 players. Nice shot.
Quarles Daniels, pull-up jumper. It's good. Oakland gets on the board, 6-2. Here's Hansen. Bringing it up, directing traffic. Phelia at the top. Back to Hobbs on the right key, and it's going to be foul on Quarles Daniels. Little push in the back of Cameron Williams.
Yeah, a lot of attention. You can tell Oakland's really drawing an emphasis trying to defend Cameron Williams down low. They just don't really have the size to match up with her. Keani Westbrook, number 12, is definitely the tallest player, I think, on the team, but yeah.
Pass to Phelia and puts it up right away, and it's good.
Nice baseline jumper off the inbounds pass there for Michigan, and Michigan already out to a solid, strong early lead here at Chrysler Center.
Michigan efficient, 4 for 8 shooting, has twice as many shots as Oakland thanks to 2 turnovers and some offensive rebounds. Here is Quarles Daniels. She's had the ball a lot. Drives in on Cameron Williams, and it's no good. Great defense by Williams.
Yeah, it was Markeia McCormick trying to drive there, just didn't get it to go. Michigan out in transition.
Hobbs driving in, back out to Phelia. Back out to Lauren Hansen. Michigan will reset with 15 on the shot clock. Taylor Williams driving inside. Double teamed. Out to Hobbs, back to Hansen. 4-3, no good. Rebound, it's a fight, and Oakland has it.
Yeah, nice rebound there off the deck by Alexis Johnson. Now Oakland pushing it, gonna get back into their set.
Quarles Daniels almost travels. You get it inside to Westbrook, guarded by Cameron Williams. Hop step, and no good. Great contest by Cameron Williams.
Yeah, no.
Here's
tough
Taylor.
shot.
Taylor running the floor to Cameron, and it's good.
Yeah, Michigan really putting an emphasis on the offensive end of those high percentage shots, not really taking a lot of bad shots. Their shot selection has been great. Most of their shots have been near the rim or some good open three-pointers, and Cameron Williams out in transition there, getting a layup to go for Michigan. She's already up to 4 points.
That's nice to see. Two of the tallest players on the team running in transition, and it's a steal by Hobbs. One-on-one layup, and no good, but she gets the foul.
Yeah, foul there by Linda Van Schaik out of the Netherlands for Oakland, the Golden Grizzlies. But, yeah, no, Hobbs, nice steal out in transition. Doesn't get the shot to go. Good contest by Van Schaik, drawing the foul, or committing the foul, and now Hobbs going to the free throw line. And Hobbs has been someone that's really going to be seeing an increased role this year now in the starting five. Averaged less than 5 points a game last year. She attempts his first free throw. Gets it to go. But, yeah, Hobbs is going to be seeing an increased role now in the starting lineup, replacing the role of Leah Brown from last year's team. And trying to fill that void is not going to be easy, but one that she's going to have to make. Misses the second there.
And here's Quarles Daniels. Bring it up. Free throws will be important for Michigan, as they always are. And
there's an offensive foul there committed by Oakland.
Yeah, I think that was Skorupski, who just came in the game. Maddie Skorupski, the sophomore from Clarkston, Michigan.
Yeah, sophomore guard there. Comes into the game and immediately commits an offensive foul. Oakland, a lot of turnovers early, and it certainly hasn't helped them, as they're down 11-2 now to the Wolverines.
Yeah, against a more talented team, if you turn the ball over a lot, and that's going to be a Michigan turnover. It's going to be an offensive foul on Cameron Williams. It'll push there.
All right, now we're at the under 5 first quarter media timeout as Michigan leads 11-2 off that offensive foul. Michigan's only first foul of the game there by Cameron Williams. But a solid start from Michigan, looking at those high percentage shots, Coby, and trying to, really just get out in front and start coasting, right? You're not seeing them be reckless, staying strong with the ball, not doing anything stupid, and getting the shots, getting to the basics of the fundamentals.
Yeah, and what have you seen from this Michigan defense early on in this game? Through 5 minutes, they've only allowed 2 points, 1 for 6 shootings, forcing 4 turnovers. Well, forcing, some of them are unforced. So, what have you seen from this Michigan defense that's been so successful?
Well, yeah, I think some of the mental errors and mistakes, careless mistakes by Oakland on some of those turnovers. You had to travel and an offensive foul push off away from the ball. Just things that you can't have if you're Oakland trying to come here and pull off the upset. But I'd say Michigan really doing a good job getting their hands up. There's a really good contest on the end by Cameron Williams earlier so far in the quarter. I think they're just doing a really good job, not letting any Oakland players just get open, playing in strong man-to-man defense, and really not giving them any easy looks. And when you're a superior team, you just can't give up those open looks that can allow a team like Oakland to come in here and build belief. Oakland they've only scored 1 basket today, and they haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 26 seconds. But I think, I'd say Michigan's done a very good job so far of just, you playing how you should be against an inferior opponent. And I think they've really stuck to the game plan so far, made 5 out of the last 6 field goals.
Yeah, and the 1 field goal was made by Quarles Daniels, but Laila Phelia has been all over her the whole game. The 1 shot was contested, but Laila Phelia, not only is she tremendous on the offensive end, but she is a tremendous defender, so athletic, can guard most positions on the floor, and that versatility will certainly help the Wolverines.
No, for sure. She's the A-list player on this team, as we're about to get play resumed here at Chrysler Center, but averaged 16.7 points per game last year and had 11 20-point games. She's had an ability to go off whenever, and now she's kind of the number one player on this team, the alpha, the head of the snake, which she made All Big Ten second team last year, and now was a unanimous pick by the coaches for preseason All Big Ten this year. So just really looking to gain that leadership role on this team.
And we will resume play. Michigan going with a press here, same 5 on the floor, and Oakland gets it across the line, 20 on the shot clock. Driving, kick out, open three for Oakland, and it rims out. Rebound, Cameron Williams, and here's Lauren
Shake
Hansen.
there, missed the open look.
Hansen drive, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, Cameron
Nice
Williams in the
rebound
post.
tip by Taylor Williams to Cameron Williams. Now Michigan resetting at the top of the key.
Hansen into Taylor at the free throw line, into Cameron Williams, and it's a tie-up.
Yeah, Van Shake ties up Cameron Williams there, and given the possession arrow, it'll be Oakland's ball, so Michigan will turn the ball over.
Michigan really trying to get the ball into Cameron Williams, seemingly on every possession. About to check in.
It's Whitney Solom, the 6'4" forward out of Harlem, Michigan.
And here is Oakland with the ball. Montu trying to drive on Williams, 2 defenders, and she gets
An
the foul.
offensive foul. Nice job drawing the charge. I believe that was Jordan Hobbs there who drew the charge. Yep, Hobbs was just kind of waiting there. Little bit of acting there. Kind of, you saw Montu kind of try to slip off to the side on the layup attempt, but ultimately enough contact there to prompt the charge by the officials. And now Michigan bringing the ball up with Lauren Hansen, up 11-2 with 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
That's the 5th turnover in the first 6 minutes for Oakland. That's not going to do it. Open three on the screen for Hobbs, and she gets fouled.
Fouled on the 3 there. Just something that you can't have. I believe that was Alexis. Yeah, or that was Madison Royal Davis there who committed the foul. Just foul on a 3 when Michigan hasn't made a 3 yet. I think it's just very careless there. And, I think you've seen the gap in experience show so far.
And first one is good by Hobbs at the line.
Yeah, Hobbs only shot free throws today. Now she's up to 2 points.
And when you foul a 3-point shooter, and especially free throw shooter as good as Hobbs, you should probably almost take the chance and make her make the 3.
Yeah, I mean, the 3 didn't go there. It wasn't an and 1, but when Michigan hasn't made a 3, you just got to let her take it, try to put up a good contest, but fouling there is the last thing you want to do.
Cora Williams drives on Phelia, and it's blocked.
Yeah, it looked like Coral Daniels kind of got past Phelia there, but really good job trying to get back and hustle to get behind and force a side out for Oakland, or under the basket.
That block by Phelia.
Coral Daniels inbounding. It's like a foul away from the ball or away from the inbounds.
That was on Whitley on
Yeah, Whitney Solom, who just checked into the game. Foul on her.
Oakland gets it in, but it goes
careless
off
turnover. Bounced off Swarovski there. She's just careless trying to get the ball in, start possession, but just not good. And Michigan in the ball, just not doing the things here if you're trying to get off to a good start on the road. The Golden Grizzlies are.
Yeah, 6 turnovers. Here's Solom passing to Williams.
Solom with a nice dish to Taylor Williams there. Williams was wide open and an easy deuce for Michigan layup.
I mean, just easy. Already 6 turnovers, 6 fouls for Oakland. Just a sloppy game. Coros Williams cross pass to Royal Davis.
They just haven't been able to get anything easy. Really swarming defense by Taylor Williams, forcing it out of bounds with 7 seconds in the shot clock. Really good defense. Oakland was trying to drive the ball in, and they just couldn't get any penetration, anything open. And ultimately went off Taylor Williams with only 7 seconds in the shot clock.
For that reason, Oakland has 2 points, 7 minutes, 6 turnover. It's been tough sledding.
And travel there. And I believe that's now their 7th. I want to say that's their 7th turnover of the game. I mean, that is just shocking. Shocking stuff. 7 minutes in the game, over almost a 4.5 minute scoring drought. And Michigan is really just getting out ahead and ready to coast. Really strong start for the Wolverines, but obviously you have to mention the mental mistakes and careless errors by the Golden Grizzlies.
Into Solom, double
Nice
team,
spin
doesn't
move.
matter.
Just got it over the defender there. Whitney Solom, really impressive so far with the nice assist. Nice deuce there, trying to come out here with a good start for the Wolverines.
McCormick, nice pass to Montu. Oakland finally moving the ball around, and they turn it over again off the hands of Alexis Johnson. And it's
Up to 8 turnovers for the Golden Grizzlies as we heard the Michigan band start some free Jim Harbaugh chants here at Chrysler Center. They've been spreading to all these events. You heard them at MSG last night for the men's basketball game against St. John's. You get in them at all the sporting events. Hockey over the weekend, everywhere it's spreading. And an offensive foul there committed by the Wolverines.
and
Yeah, Jordan Hobbs there, just a little bit of a push off, and now it'll be Oakland ball. Michigan's third turnover of the quarter. So not like Michigan's played super clean, but the 8 turnovers in 8 minutes by Oakland. If you're averaging a turnover a minute, you're not going to have any success against a solid team that's likely to make the tournament this year in Michigan.
yeah, Oakland has not scored in 5 minutes. And it's pass deflected by Laila Phelia.
Yeah, Phelia poked that away. Still remains Oakland ball, but Michigan really just flying to the ball, seeing everything well, and forcing those tough decisions by Oakland.
They've got 6 turnovers in their last 5 minutes.
Yeah, McCormick now bringing the ball up for the Golden Grizzlies, and yeah, just really trying to find any solid looks. They haven't given up many open looks, the Wolverines. Really solid, stout defense.
Passed in down low. Skorupski, and it's blocked by the Wolverines. That's Macy Brown, and Michigan tries to get the ball in to Kyra Evans from Australia, but it'll be deflected and go to bounds.
And Macy Brown and Kyra Evans making their season debuts today for the Wolverines, not playing the opener against Purdue-Fort Wayne. So good to have those players back, healthy, ready to roll heading into Atlantis. As I said, when you're playing the 3 games in 3 days, if a player goes down, you're really going to, some tired legs towards the end of that tournament. Nice turnaround, but didn't go for Jordan Hobbs off the inbounds play. Now the Golden Grizzlies pushing quickly, trying to get any basket.
And Laila Phelia contests the shot. Don't know if it was blocked, but here comes Phelia the other way. Michigan's got numbers. Pull up and no good. Rebound, Evans, and she gets her first points of the season.
Yeah, Kyra Evans looking to, again, one of those players looking to have an increased role off last year's team.
And here's a little layup, a nice fake by
Kiani
by
Westbrook there,
yeah.
And Oakland's 3rd and 4th points of the game, their second made field goal, comes with just over a minute left in the quarter.
Here's Hobbs out to Crockett for a 3, and it's good.
Michigan's first 3 of the game and extends the lead to 19 here in the first quarter. Nice shot, open look. Crockett gets it down.
23-4 here. Oakland only 2 baskets, 8 turnovers. Michigan just complete domination here in the first 9.5 minutes. About 30 seconds left. Ball knocked away by Evans.
Yeah,
Phelia on McCormick. McCormick drives on Phelia. And
Phelia gets a little bit of a reach there, and that'll reset the shot clock to about, I believe, 20 seconds.
yeah, there's a 4-second differential. Actually, no, I believe the shot clock will reset now, so it's just 24 seconds.
Yeah, waiting to see. It looks like they're calling this. So waiting to see. It doesn't appear as if it's a shooting foul, but we're just waiting to see. Yeah, this will be an inbounds play. Shot clock resets to 20 seconds. So 4.1 second differential between the shot and the game clock. Let's see what the Golden Grizzlies come up with if they try to shoot this clock and get a look off.
Play to the corner, and
Shake misses it, and now Michigan can hold for the last shot unless they try to push it in transition here.
Here's Camp Schrader to Evans. No good, and it goes out of bounds. Michigan ball.
Yeah, Kyra Evans missed a bunny there, but Michigan retains possession with 12.9 seconds to go in the quarter, so they can run this out and hold for the last shot to try to get up by over 20 points by the end of the first frame.
Inbounding is Macy Brown. Out to Evans, fakes the pass to Brown, and drives to the bucket.
Turnaround spin on the baseline, and the back door was wide open. Now the Golden Grizzlies. There's a blocking foul called there as Grizzlies were driving. That was on foul on Greta Camp-Schrader there. And now Michigan is, I believe, over the limit. So that, team's 5th foul of the quarter. So that means the Grizzlies will be shooting free throws. And it'll be Brooke Quarles-Daniels, it seems, to be shooting a pair for the Golden Grizzlies with 2.9 seconds left in the quarter.
And some much needed free throws to cut the deficit below 20. It's 25-4. First free throw is good from Quarles Daniels. She has her 3rd point of the game. Only 2 Golden Grizzlies have scored, Quarles Daniels and Kiani Westbrook. Second free throw is good. It's 25-6.
So Michigan can conjure up here with less than 3 seconds of the quarter.
Ball in, half court. Ball thrown up, and it goes short of the basket.
Close there by Cam Schrader, but a really solid start. Very comfortable start for the Wolverines, up 25-6 after the first quarter. And now they're looking poised, getting a lot of those other players in that haven't seen those minutes so far this season. Some new faces getting the lineup, and Kyra Evans and Alyssa Brett has not played yet, but Kyra Evans making her season debut for the Wolverines, and definitely much needed, but a strong start for Michigan, emphasizing those high percentage looks and playing some really stout defense. Haven't given up any real wide open looks for the Grizzlies aside of one shot, I believe, by Maddie Skrupski or Linda Van Shake that didn't go in, but really solid start for the Wolverines, up 25-6.
Yeah, and I mean, some stats. Obviously, you look at the Golden Grizzlies are 2 for 12 shooting and 8 turnovers. It's really hard to score when you have 8 turnovers, and you also can't make shots. But Michigan has been using their physical advantage. They have 6 offensive rebounds in their first quarter. Obviously, a lot of that work done by Karen Williams, the best rebounder on the team. She is a beast down low end.
Yeah, 6 rebounds so far for Cameron Williams. No one on the Wolverines has more than 4 points. You have Phelia, Kyra Evans, and Cameron Williams, I believe, all have 4 points so far for the Wolverines. But it's a really solid start all around, getting a lot of players involved and into the game, and that's kind of what you're hoping for in this type of game. But I think, heading into the second quarter, we'll see if Michigan can kind of build on the lead. But again, I think the turnovers for Oakland have kind of been the story. Obviously, 2 for 12 shooting is not good and not what you're hoping for. But the reason why they only have 12 shots is because they have 8 turnovers on the offensive end. Michigan, I believe, only has 3 total, so that 5 difference in turnovers. And a lot of the turnovers for the Golden Grizzlies have been sloppy. Just careless errors, whether it be push-offs, charges, or even a couple travels, too, just out of nowhere. Just the stuff that you don't want to see. This team kind of hung in with Michigan State for a little bit, for about a quarter and a half before the Spartans kind of pulled out and stretched their lead. And in that game against the Spartans, you had Maddie Skrupski coming off the bench with 14 and Markia McCormick with 18. And none of those players have really scored. You have Kiani Westbrook with 2 and Brooke Quarles Daniels with 4. But other than that, that's it. And this Golden Grizzlies team is projected to finish 8th in the Horizon League this year after an 8th place finish last year. They lost in the first round of their conference tournament game last year. But 1-1 in the year, it's definitely the start you wanted for Michigan. The second quarter gets underway.
And here we go. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. 25-6 for Michigan. It is Macy Brown starting with the ball. Gets it to Brett. And it'll be
a near turnover there in a solid hustle play there by the Golden Grizzlies. I believe that was Quarles Daniels, or correction, that was Jasmine Dupree Hebert there trying to make the defensive play, forced the turnover, but it'll be a side out by Michigan near the scorer's table.
And the bench in for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Macy Brown now in the game for the Wolverines, who inbounded that pass just there. Kyra Evans going to work down low.
Here's Evans going to work. Careless pass intercepted by Oakland.
Yeah, trying to feed it to Cam Schrader, but it just wasn't there at all.
The 3 from Johnson, and it's no good. Rebounded by Evans. And here comes Michigan. It's Brett driving to the hoop with her left hand, and it's good.
Yeah, solid. Getting out in transition. Easy layup there for Alyssa Brett, making her season debut for the Wolverines in their second game. And, definitely a solid transition play. And now the Golden Grizzlies trying to come back and just see if they can find any rhythm offensively, which they haven't been able to do. I mean, this team has scored. They beat Akron 91-87 in their opener, and then they lost 87-62 to the Spartans.
Yeah, but this Michigan defense, the size especially.
Yeah, absolutely suffocating so far. Now Taylor Williams checking into the game, back in for the Wolverines in place of Crockett.
Here's Quarles Daniels, pass to Dupree Hebert, drives. Can't find anyone. Michigan almost gets the backcourt steal. Here's Quarles Daniels. Once again, goes off her foot, and that'll be out of bounds. Turnover number 9.
Yeah, just careless pass went off of Dupree Herbert's foot, it looked like, and now Michigan will retain possession. Would have only been 1.5 seconds left on the shot clock anyways. Michigan can now bring the ball up at ease.
It's just tough going here for both the Oakland offense and defense. Here's Camp Schrader.
Macy Brown looking to find Kyra Evans there. And a foul committed by Brooke Quarles Daniels. I believe that might be number 2? Yeah, it will be number 2 on Quarles Daniels, who has, for the Golden Grizzlies, 6 points so far. And they cannot really afford her to get in deep foul trouble if they want to have any chance of just kind of treading water in this game. Yeah,
and she's their point guard. That's a big loss. See if Michigan can capitalize even more. Here's Cam Schrader going one-on-one. Back to Brown, to Brett.
Taylor
Williams on the block.
Working down low, draws the foul. That'll go against Kiani Westbrook, number 12, who has the other 2 points for the Golden Grizzlies. And Taylor Williams will go to the line here. Taylor Williams, I think, really showing her versatility so far in this game, showing her athleticism. I think, Cameron Williams is going to be that big number, kind of. Michigan doesn't have a true center, but she's a much, bigger forward on this team. But I think Taylor Williams can really bring that athleticism to the 4 spot on the Wolverines roster.
And as she misses the first free throw, we saw that athleticism in transition with Cameron Williams taking the ball up by herself, making a nice pass as she drains. Second free throw. It is 28-6 Wolverines.
Yeah, last season at Western Michigan, Taylor Williams averaged 14.7 points. So really looking to have that kind of instant impact. Had 7 boards in the season opener as well for Michigan. Already off to trying to stuff the stat sheet early.
And one of those Michigan transfers that we've mentioned, it's McCormick shot from Dupree Herbert. And
a rare open shot there. Turns into an air ball by Dupree Herbert, and Michigan trying to push the ball in transition to Kyra Evans.
And here comes Evans to Taylor Williams. Back out. Phelia for 3. Off the back iron, and it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, that went
Golden
off
Grizzlies
of
ball.
Yeah, no, good look by Phelia in the corner. 3 you're happy with her taking. Michigan wasn't able to get the rebound, went off of Cameron Williams, who was trying to secure the board.
And here's Westbrook taking the ball up. 28-6. Oakland still has not scored in the quarter. Let's see how they attempt to get their first basket.
Yeah, Coby, this Michigan defense has been absolutely suffocating. Staying home, not allowing any open looks, and if they are, they're from the perimeter where Oakland hasn't had any success.
And just as you say that, Macy Brown deflects a pass. Just deflected passes, steals, blocks, contested shots. It's been everything.
Really done it on the offensive end. Oakland 2 of 14 shooting, made 2 free throws as well.
Here's McCormick. How will Oakland attack this Michigan defense? McCormick crossover 3 off the front rim.
And now Kyra Evans at the rebound. Dishes it to Macy Brown.
And here comes Macy Brown in transition. Pass to Taylor Williams, trying to find Cameron inside. Laila Phelia fakes 3, drives, kicks out to Brown. No good.
Ooh,
Taylor Williams decked McCormick, and it'll go the other way.
Yeah, a little bit of helter-skelter play there by the Wolverines, but some good passing overall, and that's a shot you want Macy Brown taking. Definitely you can see those flashes of potential and athleticism from the point guard spot for Michigan, backing up Lauren Hansen. But I think Michigan really needed Hansen to be here this year to kind of serve as that leadership and role model for Macy Brown, who could potentially step into that role next year as the starting point guard.
Here's Oakland, one-on-one with Cam Williams. Westbrook, no good. Great defense by Williams. Here's Taylor Williams taking the ball up, driving, dishing out to Brett, who drives. Here's Macy Brown resetting the offense. Taylor Williams driving on the block, back to Phelia, driving And the layup is no good, and
Whoa.
Cameron Williams hits the deck after being undercut by Westbrook.
Yeah, or actually,
Montu, I think.
and Michigan on a little bit of scoring drought. Looks like that was, Kennedy Montu kind of got tangled up there under the basket trying to corral the rebound with Cameron Williams. And I believe that foul will go against Montu there. So that's 2 for her. And that'll be an inbounds play under the basket there for the Wolverines because Oakland is only at three team fouls.
Montu
Once
comes
you have 5,
out.
you're shooting free throws.
Montu comes out. Royal Davis comes in. Lauren Hansen comes in for the Wolverines. Macy Brown comes out. Lauren Hansen is the inbounder. 6:08 left. Taylor Williams has it on the left wing. And we will get a foul on Michigan. I believe it might be on Cameron Williams once again. Oh, no, it was on Hansen.
Yeah, off-ball foul on Hansen. Definitely, a few off-ball fouls, right, Coby?
Yeah.
Off-ball fouls have kind of a little bit of a theme here so far, but a foul there on Hansen. She was trying to get open, got tangled up.
Yeah,
Now Oakland with the ball, but they still can't score the basketball. Still stuck at 6 points with just over 4 minutes gone in the second quarter.
And just good defense by Brett, but she's called for the blocking foul.
Yeah, now Michigan already up. I believe that'll be team foul number 4 for the quarter. That foul went against Alyssa Brett there, but one away, and now Oakland will be shooting free throws for the rest of the quarter. We'll see it inbounds here by Maddie Skrupski. Oakland 20 seconds on the shot clock. About 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the quarter.
And here is McCormick. Back to Skrupski. Johnson in the corner. Trying a step back is Westbrook. Lose the ball. Tries to get inside to Royal Davis, and she's fouled on the Michigan double team. That's on Taylor Williams. Her second personal.
That's 2 on Taylor Williams. Not a player that you want getting second, but with this lead, that's something that you're not super concerned about. But the Golden Grizzlies will be going to the line, trying to get their first points of the quarter, right?
And that's the 5th Michigan foul. Oakland is in the bonus, so if you're Oakland and Michigan's fouling you, I mean, why not? Get some points. And they missed the first free throw. Obviously, that's not going to help, but gotta find points any way you can.
Yeah, and Madison Royal Davis shooting these free throws makes the second, so the Golden Grizzlies' first points to the quarter. Michigan, this quarter really hasn't done too much offensively. Wolverines haven't really scored much this quarter. As I say that, Cameron Williams gets a nice little layup to go to get Michigan up to 30 points for the game.
Cameron Williams, 6 points, 3 for 5 shooting, efficient as always. That's her game efficiency down low, and
ending that scoring job for the Wolverines. Believe that was their first actually made field goal of the quarter. So nice start. And a steal. Steal by Lauren Hansen, bringing the ball up the court, trying to push her in transition. Going to go coast to coast. Runs out of room.
Gets out to Phelia for 3, air ball.
That is an air ball there in the corner. A little bit of a tough look, but not one that she can be comfortable taking. Just didn't go there.
Here's Johnson, the hop step.
Janky of a jumper there by Johnson.
Yeah, that one wasn't close. Phelia thought she was foul. Euro step, and it's good. What a move by Phelia.
Yeah, just kind of running on the baseline. Corralled the ball, took a couple dribbles, and the little Euro step, and up and in. Michigan starting to get hot from the field once again.
Phelia, 6 points on the day. Her third made field goal, 3 for 8 shooting. Johnson, the corner.
Swarming defense here. No easy looks. The Wolverines have not given up many easy looks so far. Trying to draw the M1, but that shot goes there for Kiani Westbrook. It's now up to 4 points, I believe. Yeah, now up to 4 points, 2 of 5 shooting for Kiani Westbrook. So one of the few players on Oakland that's actually had some production.
It's 32-9 with under 4 minutes left. Had to do a little skyhook. Here's Cameron Williams.
Foul by Cameron Williams. Definitely some decent acting there by Kiani Westbrook, but definitely enough contact there to probably warrant a foul. Not in the restricted area as the Wolverines call a timeout, or that is the media timeout for halfway through the quarter. Michigan not called a timeout. And, yeah, so about 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in this first half. And dominance, right, Coby, from the Michigan team.
Yeah, I mean, 32-9. You know, this quarter, Michigan has not scored, but the defense has still been there. Only 4 points for Oakland in this quarter, I believe, if that. I mean, just suffocating defense in Michigan on the offensive end. You know, they have 6 turnovers as well. Only 1 for 7 from 3, but when you're playing this type of defense, it just doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, no, the story for Michigan has been that defense, giving up 9 points in where 3 minutes and 45 seconds away from halftime is just impressive. And I think what's also been interesting about Michigan is kind of the balanced attack they've had overall. No one on the team has more than 6 points, and those 2 players with 6 points are Cameron Williams, who is now in a little bit of foul trouble. But Cameron Williams also does have 3 turnovers, but I think also Laila Phelia with 6 points, but she's taking 8 shots. Not super efficient, 3 from 8 shooting and 0 of 3 from 3. It's not going to matter today in this game, but in Michigan only 1 of 7 from 3. Alyssa Crockett with the 3. But I think it's just been overall a very solid, smooth performance. They haven't been asked to do anything crazy offensively, and that's not what has shown up in the stat sheet. But I think that defense is suffocating defense. I mean, there just haven't been many open looks that the Golden Grizzlies have created offensively, and I think that's been the story of the game. Really stout defense, and Oakland has 10 turnovers. They've tidied up the turnovers a little bit this quarter, only 2. But still, overall, in the first quarter, what caused them in that deficit was those turnovers and careless mistakes that forced them. That when you're on the road, it's not necessarily a hostile environment here, but you want to settle in and get into the flow of the game. And ultimately, when you have 8 turnovers in the first quarter, that's impossible for that to happen when you're down 19 after the first quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, another thing is the depth of the Michigan team. Already not even through the first half of Michigan's played 12 different players have played at least 1 minute. So, I mean.
Yeah, and that's just great to see. Really encouraging stuff. And a lot of those players have gotten on the stat sheet getting some shots off. Not all of them have scored necessarily, but you've had 9 Wolverines that have scored so far, and we're not even at halftime yet. And I think that's really encouraging to see. I think if this team's not going to have too many other players that can match the production of Phelia, it's going to have to be by committee. And I think having that consistent and deep production can really help this team as the season goes along and you get into that grind of Big Ten play down the road. Nice steal there, or not steal, deflection by Cameron Williams. This play gets back underway here at Chrysler Center.
Here is Van Schaik McCormick, guarded by Phelia. Back to Van Schaik, the 3, and it's good.
That was a good contest there by Kyra Evans, but Van Schaik was able to get the shot away pretty good, and, good shot beats, good defense there. First points of the game for Van Schaik.
Cameron Williams just throws it in there, and it's good over 2 defenders.
That was a great assist there, I believe, by Kyra Evans there. Just dumped it into Cameron Williams, and Michigan responds quickly after probably one of the first, really solid shots we've seen from the Golden Grizzlies.
Taylor Woodson also back in the game for the Wolverines. It's Westbrook for the Golden Grizzlies. Back to Van Schaik. Little Euro step and rebound by Royal Davis, and shots no good. Rebound by Williams. Here comes Michigan.
Yeah, Phelia. Now back to Hansen.
Hansen crossover.
That is a nice shot there by Taylor Woodson. So all these players getting in the game for Michigan, I think, is just so encouraging to see, and have some meaningful production, and that'll pay dividends down the road.
It's 36-12 here, and a nice backdoor pass, but the layup by Skrupski is no good. Oakland's best offensive play of the night doesn't result in points.
Yeah, they've started to get a little bit better looks, have some more creativity on the offensive end, but it hasn't resulted in any more production.
And that's a couple times now. Backdoor cuts have worked, just nothing to show for. Backing down Williams is Westbrook, and gets a hook shot to go.
Third time's the charm there for Golden Grizzlies. Third effort there. Keani Westbrook getting that shot to go. A little turnaround there.
36-14. Here's Hansen. Screen by Woodson. Across to Brett, and it's a good three. 39-14.
Brett now up to 5 points there. Nice buried three. Second of the game for the Wolverines, so we're now 2 of 8 from the three-point line. 16 of 29 shooting overall, so solid production that's been done by committee for the Wolverines.
And here is McCormick, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Westbrook. That's the 11th turnover.
Yeah, and I believe that was Woodson that drew the foul there. Woodson, a freshman from Minnesota, so really impressive by Kim Barnes-Zariga to kind of get these freshmen in the game. Some meaningful minutes before it's truly garbage time as Michigan leads 39-14 with less than a minute to go in the first half here at Chris.
Here's Hansen, gets it inside to Solomon, no good, gets her own rebounds, and the touch shot is good. 41-14 here with 45 seconds left.
These freshmen are really stepping up. You saw them there getting her own rebound and getting that bucket as on the other end. Shot goes for Jasmine Dupree-Hebert.
About 30 seconds left here. Two second difference between game clock and a shot clock, and looks like it's gonna be a foul.
Yeah, foul there on Alexis Johnson, and that'll be 5. So that'll be free throws coming up for the Wolverines. Over the limit is the Golden Grizzlies, and that'll be Taylor Woodson going to the line for shooting 2. 23.8 seconds left in the half. But Michigan really trying to get these young players involved and get into meaningful touches. I think that's just really important and a sign of the depth of this team. And I think the strength in numbers, we've seen that with, having a deep team, when I think it's just, again, it's just really important to get these players playing outside of garbage time.
And Taylor Woodson misses first free throw. She is a 4-star, according to ESPN, a 93 grade. So a bright future for her as we have another turnover by Oakland. That's their 12th of the game, 8 seconds left.
Yeah, Lida Van Shake there with the turnover. 7.6 seconds left in the half. Hansen trying to push, get something to go.
Here's Hansen driving,
stop and go,
step back,
away.
good.
It's good.
43-16.
And Hansen there getting on the scoreboard before halftime, really capping off a very solid half for Michigan. Oakland eventually got a little bit more points with 16, but an incredible half defensively, and the offense really heated up there towards the end of the half, getting over 40 for the half with 43 and a 27-point lead at the break.
Yeah, and 43-16, 27-point lead. Really nothing more you can ask of the Wolverines. They are a much better team, and if Michigan wants to be one of the top teams in the Big Ten, a good way by showing it is by beating up on your non-conference opponents, and they're certainly doing it here. Definitely a better showing so far than against getting against Purdue-Fort Wayne. We've seen a lot of the newcomers get their first action. One of those is Elissa Brett from Australia. She has 5 points, a 3-pointer. She's played 10 minutes.
Yeah, Kyra Evans with 4 points as well, making her season debut. And again, those young players really getting involved. Macy Brown hasn't scored yet, but really when she's gone in, she's had those bursts of offense. Only played in 6 minutes. Whitney Solom with 3 minutes, but has made use of this time in production. 4 points, 2 of 3 shooting. And then also Taylor Woodson in 5 minutes of game time and run, 2 points as well. So those young players, they're not just traffic cones, they're really making contributions to the Wolverines here, and I think that's really encouraging to see going forward as we have some young girls out here, some young guys out here playing some basketball on the court here at halftime here. Little organized basketball, some youth teams going on out here. Nice shots there.
Some future Wolverines.
Some future Wolverines in action, but
it's
some cool halftime entertainment.
Doug
You
McDaniel.
getting to see, getting to play at halftime of a basketball game at Chrysler Center doesn't beat that.
Yeah, I mean.
So the parents are loving it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think going back to this team, I'd say the only thing that really hasn't gotten going is the three, and then also a little bit of the free throw shooting as well. Taylor Woodson missed 2 free throws, and then Hobbs and Taylor Williams missed 1 as well. 5 for 9 for the free throw line. Sure, that's not super big, and it hasn't mattered. Only 4 free throws missed, but no, I think if you're looking for those nitpicky things, I think Michigan can work on that. And then also the three-point shooting. Laila Phelia's really yet to get going from the three-point line. Had an air ball, I believe, on her last three-point attempt. So I'm sure she's going to look to correct that and kind of find that rhythm in the second half. But, yeah, I mean, I think kind of going forward for Michigan in this schedule and the battle for Atlantis coming up, they'll open against Middle Tennessee State, who could certainly provide a challenge. And then if they win that, Michigan kind of looking at a matchup against either DePaul or South Dakota in the bottom half of the battle for Atlantis women's bracket that will get started on Friday in Nassau in the Bahamas. You'll have the men's team playing the following few days later. And then looking at Michigan's path to victory here, Ole Miss is the top seed they could play down the road, and it's probably they're the only ranked team, I believe, in this field. And they just dropped a game to Oklahoma, I want to say, or Oregon in the season opener. So they're kind of already dropping. So only one ranked team in this field. I think there's a lot of opportunities for Michigan to get some wins, get some solid wins that I think will pay dividends and help the team in the long run.
Yeah, and that Ole Miss team ranked number 23. You'll remember in the NCAA tournament they had a shocking upset of Stanford, number 1
That's right,
seed
yeah.
Stanford. Just
they beat Stanford. Last in the women's tournament, LSU is the champs, but with South Carolina going out and some other top seeds, Stanford obviously going out to Ole Miss. Surprising amount of upsets, in the women's NCAA tournament. Kind of once you got to the Sweet 16 round, and obviously this Michigan Wolverines team as the 6th seed stuck in Baton Rouge, losing to the eventual national champs. You certainly feel a little bit better about yourself if you lose to the team that eventually wins it all. And Michigan really just couldn't get anything going offensively in that game, playing against Angel Reese, and now LSU has Haley Van Lith too. But they lost their first game against Colorado, so a lot of that hype going into the season with head coach Kim Mulkey has kind of been quelled a little bit. But we know that they have the talent. They won it all last year. Probably just a little bit of that championship hangover playing into effect in that first game. But kind of looking at the season, there's still a lot unknown. South Carolina is going to be a player, and you're looking at this team looks like there's a little injury going on in this youth game, and hopefully everyone's okay. Seems like everyone's up and back okay, some of these kiddos that are playing. But yeah, no, I think it's a very interesting season in women's basketball. Obviously, the main story, main player is Caitlin Clark.
Of course.
The Iowa star who's transcending the game of women's college basketball. But UConn will also be a factor if you're looking at some of those rankings. But Michigan, I think, is kind of shaping up to be projected to finish around 5th or 6th in the Big Ten. But I think they have a real opportunity to kind of go under the radar. In future years, it's not going to be the case when they get these recruits in and number 4 class in the country, and those recruits start developing in the program of Kim Barnes-Arico and the Michigan women's basketball team. So eventually they won't be flying under the radar. But I think this season they have a chance to kind of didn't meet some of their goals last year, and I think have the opportunity to kind of maybe they won't be able to achieve a goal of a national championship, but definitely to kind of go under the radar and make some statements, have those key wins in the Big Ten that they can certainly make.
Yeah, and I mean in this Big Ten conference, Michigan certainly can be a player. While Iowa obviously has Caitlin Clark, they lost Monica Nano, so maybe doesn't have the supporting cast. But obviously Ohio State has J.C. Sheldon leading them. But I mean, Laila Phelia is one of the best players in the country. So this Michigan team is certainly capable of hanging with those top dogs.
For sure. The Big Ten's still very good on the women's side, but not maybe as good as and as deep as it was last year.
Right now you have Ohio State ranked 13, India at 18, Maryland situated at 20, and Iowa at number 2 in the country. So Iowa is definitely the favorite to win the Big Ten, and just led by Caitlin Clark. But I think there will be some opportunities for Michigan to score some upsets at home, but we'll be able to kind of hang with those teams who, I think Michigan, except for I think a loss at Wisconsin, and they might have had a couple others, but they beat a lot of the teams that they were supposed to beat in conference play, but they couldn't get any of those signature marquee road wins or just wins over those top teams in the conference.
Yeah,
I think
and
would ultimately kind of hurt their NCAA tournament resume.
yeah, and I mean, so I guess I, I guess it depends how you look at it. They only get to play Iowa once, but we in Ann Arbor we will not get to see Caitlin Clark this year. Last year, she scored like 28 points. That's a nothing game for her. But I mean, if you look at the key games, conference play starts at Illinois December 10th, but Michigan doesn't have their first conference home game until December 30th. Uh, they host Ohio State, so I mean, there's still a lot of time for this team, to develop and get going and find themselves before they have to play this tough Big Ten schedule.
Yep.
And any final thoughts before we go to halftime? We will get TJ on the call in a few minutes.
Yeah, no, I think a solid first half and a lot of positive takeaways. I think especially on the defensive end. I think offensively you've kind of gotten what you expected, a very kind of evenly distributed workload there for the Wolverines. But heading into the second half, I think you just want to see if the defensive production continues or if Oakland kind of find some soft spots there in the Michigan defense. But a lot of really good contests. Oakland hasn't really had many easy shots, and I think that's really translated for the Wolverines. So now going to halftime.
Right, absolutely. Thank you for joining us for the first half. We get TJ on the call for the first time today, so stay with us. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Back here on WCBN FM. And my name is Josh Brown, and I will be doing play-by-play for the third quarter and the second half of this basketball contest between Michigan women's basketball team and the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. I'm joined here now by TJ Fossmeyer, who will be my color guy for the third quarter, be doing play-by-play for the fourth.
Yep.
And we'll have Coby back on for the fourth for color commentating. But, yeah, just a really dominant first half, as we were talking about before the break, for the Wolverines as they really kind of look to get ready for the Battle for Atlantis 3-day tournament that we'll be participating in over the weekend.
I mean, it's just total domination. It's such a stark difference from the first game when Michigan played Purdue-Fort Wayne. For a while in that first half, it was close, within 5-10 points at some points last game. But, Michigan just ran away with this from the jump. And it's been really impressive to see. And it's just been a general improvement on defense for Michigan as well. It seemed like in the first game of the year against Purdue-Fort Wayne, Michigan's defense was flustered. They're all over the place. It seemed like they were chasing their guy, but now they're staying home, and now they just have more control on that side of the ball, which is pivotal in this game.
You can tell Kim Barnes-Arica and her staff have really done a job of kind of emphasizing those defensive concepts, and they've stayed home on their defense.
Yeah.
They're not playing with their food against a team that they know that they can beat, and I think that's what's really impressive.
Right.
They got out to an early start and can now coast, get some of those younger players in and get meaningful minutes and true garbage time. And now we're less than 30 seconds away from the start of the second half as the Wolverines will get ready to start. But I think, looking at this team, I think the defense, but also those unforced errors. Oakland has really turned the ball over a lot.
Yeah. It's also, forcing those offensive fouls on Oakland as well. It seemed like that's just been killing them in the first half, and we'll see if that trend continues.
Yeah, and Oakland shooting 24% from the field, and a lot of those are towards the end of the half.
Yeah.
Michigan shooting 56%, only 2 away from 3. And also turnovers have been key. Those 12 turnovers for Oakland. So we get started the third quarter, and bringing the ball up here for the Golden Grizzlies is Brooke Quarles-Daniels. Passes it into Linda Van Shake. Now some ball movement around the perimeter. Quarles-Daniels looks to kick it out, and a 3-ball attempt misses by Alexis Johnson. A tip-up back in for the Golden Grizzlies by Linda Van Shake. She hit the lone 3 for the Golden Grizzlies and is now back in the score sheet to start the second half. As Lauren Hansen brings it up, pulls back for 3, and it's good. Lauren Hansen starting the second half strong for the Wolverines with her first 3 of the game, and now she's up to 5 points.
I mean, these offenses are firing. Oakland had a good possession. They had really good ball movement.
Yeah, and you could tell that was definitely a point of emphasis coming out of the break for head coach Jeff Tungate for the Golden Grizzlies.
They're coming out firing.
Yeah, looking to really try some creative concepts. Now Alexis Johnson working. And another 3-ball by Van Shake misses, but a rebound attempt for Kiani Westbrook misses, but she is fouled. I believe that is by Jordan Hott. And that foul will go on Laila Phelia, and that'll be her second.
And that play right there that just, I think, emphasizes a key struggle for Michigan. It seems like even last year as well, Michigan struggled on the rebounding. And even in the first game against Purdue-Fort Wayne, the rebounding matchup was really, really close. But, it was a general improvement. And I do kind of see that here in this game as well compared to last season.
Westbrook makes the first free throw. And, with rebounding, it's always, second chance points are some of the most exasperating points to give up in any game. And I think when you give those second and third opportunities, again, that's just more points to score and more just head scratching, like, come on, like, what's going on, right, for any team. And it just can really kind of kill momentum if you're just giving so many opportunities. And now, after the second free throw is made there by Westbrook, Hansen passes it in. And now finds Cameron Williams for the deuce. And Michigan again responds, gets that lead out to 28. 48-20 Wolverines.
Yeah, great possession.
Yeah, no, solid stuff there. And now you're seeing Quarles-Daniels having the ball up around half court. Passes it in and that is Makia McCormick, who misses the shot there. And Hansen going up in transition for the lay-in, and it's good.
I love
coast to coast there.
I love seeing Michigan hustle the ball. It seemed like in the first game they did that, but they weren't able to execute and formulate those into points, but they're really doing that in this game.
They're really making an emphasis to push it in transition. They've had a couple coast to coast, and that by Hansen was nice. She scored 5 points to start the half, and a jumper there goes. So the Golden Grizzlies are really starting to score the ball. That shot went in by Quarles-Daniels as Oakland is now they've scored 6 points, which is as many points they've scored. They scored the entire first quarter, and they've done it in just 2 minutes of game time.
I mean, these offenses are coming out firing. Both coaches, clearly inspire their teams, in the locker room after halftime. So
yeah, Taylor Williams missed a shot there, but Michigan retains possession. Inbounds on 2 left in the third quarter. Just over 2 minutes gone, and a lot of scoring, high scoring.
Very high
Just take a little break, but I'd say it's a lot been much better offense. There's a turnover there committed by Cameron Williams, trying to hand it off to Taylor Williams, and Oakland trying to push her in transition with Corals Daniels. He's trying to dribble in, going for the layup, and is blocked by Cameron Williams. But
good block.
The Golden Grizzlies retain possession, inbounds under the basket here. Definitely, you've seen a lot less players standing around, I think, on the Golden Grizzlies offensive end. You've seen inbounds play a lot more movement.
Seems a lot more
getting those
free
higher
flow.
percentage shots, and once you see an open look, you take it.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of gaps on the Michigan defense right now.
Missed that shot, and a tie-up is called as Cameron Williams was trying to go for the rebound. Michigan will will take possession, and Lauren Hansel will be ready to bring the ball up for the Wolverines, inbounded by Taylor Williams.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive to see Oakland rebound after such a really cold first half.
They're just trying things, seeing what can work, seeing any ways they can get this offense going. Phelia, this is around the horn to Lauren Hansen for 3, misses. Phelia rebound. He's taking it back up on the corner, passes it to Hansen, dribbles inside, and bad pass there, trying to get it to Taylor Williams inside. And that is a turnover for the Wolverines, and the Golden Grizzlies will get the ball back. And
yeah, I mean, that was a good outlet pass. I mean, the idea was there, just the execution was not quite.
Corals Daniels bringing the ball up. And for the Golden Grizzlies, trying to work it inside. Doesn't get to go. Keani Westbrook. And that'll be Michigan ball after great defense. I believe that was
Hansen,
Yeah, Lauren Hansen kind of dribbled it off of Westbrook's leg, and now Michigan ball. But Oakland pressing. Trying to double team there, Lauren Hansen. Michigan trying to get it out. Passes it to Taylor Williams, who brings the ball up. And now up in transition off the press. Cameron Williams misses the easy shot, lay-in. And now the Golden Grizzlies up in transition. Corals Daniels for the lay-in. It's good. But the lead is still 26 for the Wolverines, up 50-24. But Oakland, some very encouraging signs of offense this quarter. Maybe Michigan kind of settling down after strong first half. That's Phelia the other way. And now she's in double figures for the game, up to 10 points. Joining Cameron Williams in double figures for the Wolverines.
I mean, I think Oakland might have exposed a weakness on this Michigan team. I mean, that last Michigan possession when Oakland started pressing, they did not look good. They did not know what to do at all.
Yeah. No, I mean, some of these early games, you're just trying to figure stuff out with the press. Sometimes you might commit a turnover, but it's working those things out and figuring through them. I think Michigan was very bad against the press last year. That was one of their kind of fatal flaws. And, if the teams can do that successfully, maybe this team hasn't figured it out. A shot clock violation there by the Golden Grizzlies got multiple shots off. Corals Daniels there missed the last shot after didn't hit the rim and resulted in a shot clock violation.
Yeah. And that was just another great defensive possession. It's just that general improvement.
Kyra Evans now into the game for the Wolverines. She's checking in, and so is number 11, Greta Kampstrader. She's coming in for Laila Phelia, so Phelia off to the bench.
Yeah.
A couple subs in. Michigan really trying to work a lot of players in, and that's the luxury of what you can do when you're up 28 in the third quarter of a basketball game. Another little press, two-man press going on for the Golden Grizzlies, two-woman press, as Taylor Williams bringing the ball up. And now a wide open look. Hobbs for 3, misses. She gets her own rebound and is fouled by Kennedy Montu, the junior out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
I mean, that just looked like that last possession going against the two-man press that immediately looked better, that more communication, just more confident against that press compared to the previous
those are the
possession.
Kind of things you're just trying to draw, throw a team off, maybe interrupt their possession. And that is
good.
Nice little assist there by Kampstrader, I believe that was to Kyra Evans, who dishes it in for 2 under the basket, little layup, and now Michigan extends the lead to 30. As Corals Daniels brings the ball up, passes it to Maddie Skorupski, who's trying to get inside, working on Kampstrader, but draws the foul there. Correction, that is out of bounds, no foul there. It's solid defense. And now Michigan went up and over the backboard, and Michigan will get the ball back up 30 points.
Yeah, that was three straight good defensive possessions for Michigan after kind of a slow start on that defensive side of the ball.
You almost react to Oakland's offensive adjustments out of the half, and they're starting to do that, get those better sets in, staying with those defenders after some increased ball movement by the Golden Grizzlies.
Yeah,
Hobbs working inside, misses the layup, rebound by Kyra Evans, who was double-teamed down low, and she gives the ball up to the Golden Grizzlies. Nice steal there. Believe that was Alexis Johnson who came away with the steal. And a steal by the Wolverines, Lauren Hansen, who strips it from that was Montu, actually. And a turnover there by the Wolverines. So some sloppy play going on right now with less than halfway remaining in the third quarter. A three-ball attempted by the Golden Grizzlies. And that attempt was by Kennedy Montu. Didn't go, but they do draw a foul off the rebound.
Yeah, that was just a trade-off back and forth of just sloppy offense, just some bad passes, just not some good decisions from both teams here.
And that foul went against Lauren Hansen, so that is her second of the game. Foul trouble's not too big of an issue for the Wolverines. No one, I believe, has 3 fouls. But I'd say, definitely an interesting start of the half, right, TJ?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it seemed like Oakland really adjusted. They got out to a great start on offense after a really slow start, being down by that much at the half. They really came back, and that's, very surprising. You can let that kind of half really get to you and get to a team and really demoralize them against this big opponent like Michigan. But they really responded and came out of the half, with guns blazing. And then for Michigan, it seemed like on defense that, they kind of lost on defense a little bit. I don't think they were expecting them, Oakland, to go out to a good start like that. So we'll see how they respond, and with this timeout, we'll see what
for sure.
happens.
It's like a chess match, right? You see one team change something, you see the Golden Grizzlies change something, and then you see the Wolverines make those adjustments right back. And Oakland is on a 2-minute, 9-second scoring drought now here in the third quarter as we're at the media timeout with 4 minutes and 27 seconds left. Michigan leads 54-24, a 30-point advantage.
Yeah.
And, I think Oakland's shooting the ball a little better. You have Coral Daniels and Kiani Westbrook with 8 points each, and they're kind of leading the scoring. Oakland's still shooting 25% from the field, 9 of 36, 1 for 9 from 3. So they haven't gotten a 3 to go. But I'd say better ball movement, getting the ball inside as Mr. Brightside plays here inside Chrysler Center. But I think I'd say overall Michigan continuing that balanced scoring and responding very well. Every time Oakland's tried to cut the lead, Michigan's responded right back with a nice bucket. They haven't really let the lead, get under 25 or so. Michigan's responding, going tit for tat there in that type of match there. And, again, Michigan 19 points off turnovers. There has been a little bit of sloppiness, I'd say, so far.
Yeah. Just that turnover margin, the 15-9 turnover margin. It was a sloppy against Purdue-Fort Wayne. It was a sloppy game. It was, kind of constant turnovers, but that's the first game of the year. You're always going to work that out. And it seems like Michigan has improved, and kept to themselves and been more secure on on both sides of the ball as far as turnovers.
Yeah, and I think one thing for Michigan is looking at that ball movement. Michigan has 14 assists to Oakland's 2, and I think they're really moving the ball well. Oakland's tried to make some adjustments to trying to increase that ball movement to get some open looks, but on the whole, I think Michigan's adjusted well kind of after Oakland's little offensive spurt to start the second half. And now Oakland will get the ball inbounding here. Number 1, Jasmine Dupree-Hebert under the basket. Let's see what. And they get it in, and that is out of bounds there. Nice defense there. Madison Royal Davis tried to corral the inbounds pass, but coughed it up out of bounds. And Michigan ball with Lauren Hansen bringing the ball up.
That was just what we were talking about, the turnover margin.
Yeah, and Oakland's
those
had 3
forced
turnovers in just over the last 2 minutes. And now Hansen picks up her dribble, trying to find someone else, gets it to Cam Schrader, who's still scoreless in the game for the Wolverines. Hasn't attempted a shot, I believe. And now Hobbs bringing it up. Gets it to Taylor Williams, who misses the shot under the basket. Still going for it and draws the foul there by Oakland. She will be going to the line for 2 free throws. And that is 3 fouls on Kiani Westbrook, who has 8 points for Oakland. And that's not the player that you want in foul trouble. But again, it's a 30-point lead for Michigan, 4-1 in the third quarter.
Yeah, no, I want to see how Oakland does, putting in these.
And here today.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what both teams do now with subbing and putting certain players in to just give them more exposure.
Kyra Evans tries to get the rebound and forces a tie-up, and that will go the way of the Golden Grizzlies. Michigan won the first tie-up of the half, and now this will go to Oakland. But yeah, two missed free throws there. Michigan now 5 of 11 from the free throw line today.
Ugh.
It's not an encouraging sign because you got to make those free throws. It's not going to cost them today, but if you're in those, once you get in those tight games, you got to make those free throws down at the end.
Especially into the gauntlet of the Big Ten schedule, you need to make those.
By, Corals Daniels, shot back up, missed by the Golden Grizzlies. I believe that was Keani Westbrook. And now Hobbs bringing it up, trying to dish it to Cam Schrader, who attempts the three, and it's good. Greta Cam Schrader gets on the board for the Wolverines. And that stretches the lead to 57-24, Michigan.
That was a great
7-0 run in just under 3 minutes.
That was a great find by Hobbs to find her
really
under pressure like that.
And as we were talking about earlier in the first half, Hobbs is going to be seeing an increased role here now in the starting lineup. Averaging less than 5 points a game. Has a steal here by Michigan. Taylor Williams bringing the ball back up in transition. Trying to, spin move, and lays it in. Taylor Williams has the Golden Grizzlies call timeout with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third quarter as Michigan leads 59-24. Really,
what a play.
Transition offense is looking really solid for Michigan. And you saw a really nice spin by Taylor Williams, avoiding the foul, because in those transition plays, when you're going one-on-one with the defender, the main risk is you can get called for an offensive foul and a charge. And Taylor Williams already with a couple fouls, 2 fouls, so you obviously don't want to pick up that third. But really, really solid stuff for Michigan, who's now on a 9-0 run.
Yeah, I mean, and this is such a stark improvement from the first game of the year. It seemed like when they were in transition or when they increased the pace on offense, it seemed like they were always flustered. They, they weren't sure what to do because they were centered around Phelia so much that they didn't give any other players any other opportunities. So that's why Hobbs is getting an increased role. She really came into her own as like that second option.
It's really been kind of you've seen a lot of players get involved in different ways, and I think that's what's been very encouraging for Michigan. Now up to a 35-point lead, still shooting the ball very well and getting a lot of players involved. You saw Taylor Williams has been solid, had the 2 free throw misses, which you don't want to see, but the 7 points, only 3 rebounds for her she had. I think she had 7 rebounds in the opener. But Lauren Hansen, 8 assists, and wow, that is just impressive.
Yeah, I mean
7 points, 8 assists. On double watch.
Yeah.
8 assists, really distributing the ball well, and that's what you want. You want that floor general at the point guard. You're trying to get that experience as a transfer, and someone that can also mentor Macy Brown, who could be in the starting role next year. Macy Brown, we haven't seen her yet in this third quarter, but one of those players that has a lot of promise and upside for this team as they prepare to bring in a top recruiting class next year, but not all those freshmen are going to be ready right away.
Yeah.
But when you sign a number 4 recruiting class, I think Lauren Hansen's a great bridge player because she provides that stability and experience from Mizzou, averaging 12.9 points per game there last year, and now 7 points, 8 assists. She does have 3 turnovers, but 8 assists to 3 turnovers is a solid ratio in 21 minutes.
She's really emerged as that floor general that, they brought her in from the transfer portal from Mizzou, and she's really embodied that floor general type identity for this team.
She's doing everything you want so far from an experienced point guard on a team that has a lot of youth and potential kind of going forward. It's almost like a bridge year for Michigan. You're kind of seeing as you had the years with Naz Hillman and a lot of those players like Emily Kaiser, and now you still have Laila Phelia and a lot of those strong players, but not those preseason expectations that have manifested themselves over the past couple of years, and that will come in the coming years. As Oakland brings the ball up, and now that'll be Corals Daniels passing it to Royal Davis. A 3-ball attempted by Dupree Hebert. Missed the rebound attempt there by Corals Daniels. As Taylor Williams pushing it the other way, finds a wide open Kyra Evans for an easy lay-in, and Michigan over 60 points now, 61-24. About 2.5 minutes left.
It just seems like that transition offense now is so seamless for Michigan. They're finding all those gaps, which is a stark improvement.
Corals Daniels bring the ball up, and now passes it to Dupree Hebert. He's looking to find someone open, finds Corals Daniels. He's looking down low, but doesn't find anyone. Now she's trying to do it herself. Now kicks it out. 3-ball attempt. It's good. And that is Alexis Johnson for a 3. Only the Golden Grizzlies' second 3 of the game, 2 for 11 now from 3-point range. Solid look late in the shot clock. Not a bad defensive possession at all for Michigan, but Oakland was able to find the offense.
as that pass is batted away by Madison Royal Davis. Michigan retains possession with 18 seconds left in the shot clock.
Yeah, that was a good
Now
defense.
Hansen and Taylor Williams are coming off the floor, and Macy Brown now replaces Lauren Hansen, so we're excited to see what she can do. And Hobbs in the game, as well as Taylor Woodson, who had some solid flashes in the first half. And a 3-ball attempt is good by Greta Kampstrader, who's up to 2 threes in the game, 6 points. She can be kind of that 3-point kind of specialist. I think she can really find that niche and role on this team. Who, you know, if she can be that sharpshooter on the team, that'll serve much dividends.
Right.
She should transfer out to Oregon State. Pass here by the Golden Grizzlies. Just over a minute left in the half. That shot is missed by Alexis Johnson as the Wolverines bring it the other way. Hobbs behind the back trying to push it, try to find someone open. And a wide open 3 look misses by Greta Kampstrader. Poke out attempt is no good. You see Macy Brown fighting for it, but is going to draw a jump ball. And that'll retain, Michigan will retain possession with 1:06 left in the quarter.
Yeah, it seems like in this second half, Michigan has really gone out of the gates and really crashed those boards on a much better level than the first half. Yeah, especially on the offensive side of the ball,
Taylor
too.
Woodson passes it to Kampstrader. And that'll be a defensive foul going against the Golden Grizzlies. I believe that'll be, that'll be an offensive foul against Kyra Evans there, and that'll be a turnover for the Wolverines. Who will now give the ball to the Golden Grizzlies as Corals Daniels will bring the ball up. She's played, I believe, all the third quarter here for Oakland, trying to provide some stability here on the offensive end. Passes it to Royal Davis, who gets it back to Dupree Herbert, trying to find inside. Finds Van Shake, misses. Hobbs comes down with the rebound. Hobbs pushing the floor, trying to get transition. Dishes it to Kyra Evans, who gets tied up on the end, but keeps possession, no tie-up. Looking to find someone. She gets it, still has the possession, and Kim Marzariku calls a timeout with 29 seconds left in the quarter. Evans just couldn't find anyone there, but no big sweat for Michigan. Up 37 points right now against Oakland.
Yeah, that seemed like a weird start to that possession for Michigan. It seemed like both sides were expecting a foul call on Michigan. So, like, everybody kind of just stood there and waited around. So it seemed like, Michigan responded to that kind of initial confusion very well in prompting, a decent offensive possession as they call timeout here with 29 seconds to go.
Still, that was the first timeout call by Michigan. Still keeping possession, so no big sweat there. But and Michigan will retain possession here as play is about to resume here. 14-second differential between shot and game clock. So if Michigan misses, gets the rebound, we could have that at play. Or Oakland could hold for the last shot if they want. Both teams issued a delay game warning. Don't know what that's about. Now, inbound by Hobbs, finds Macy Brown, dribbles towards the top of the key, gets it to Hobbs, nearly stolen. Hobbs retains possession in a foul almost at half court, a very careless foul there by Madison Royal Davis. Obviously, she was trying to go for the ball there on the reach, but commits a foul very far away from the basket, and now there's just a 1.6-second differential between the shot and game clock.
Yeah, it's good.
Michigan can basically hold for the last shot here. Quarter gets it in, and now Hobbs will get towards right near the logo at half court, taking all the clock down near the end of the quarter, looking to find someone. Nearly stolen, but Taylor Woodson dribbles between some defenders. Taylor Woodson, who's now up to 4 points as the quarter ends. Michigan leads 66-27 at the end of the third quarter. And Michigan finished the quarter on a 16-3 run. So after Oakland had some good offense and some good ball movement, Michigan really figured it out and put the clamps down defensively, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. It was really impressive to see as well. And I felt like for Oakland, they really put the clamps on in that last possession, but Michigan just found the gaps as well, which is really good to see that they can battle through that adversity and come through in those tight battles.
Yeah, now as we gear up for the fourth quarter, I'm going to hand the play-by-play off to TJ and put Coby on for color. So that is all you'll hear from me today, but thank you all for joining and stay tuned for the fourth quarter here of Michigan basketball on WCBN.
All right, folks, now we get ready for the fourth quarter here as Coby joins on again. What were your takeaways from that third quarter?
Well, Michigan extended the lead by a lot, almost 40 points. So, I mean, this third quarter has been, it's been dominant all throughout this game. And that third quarter, and I mean, only 27 points through 3 quarters. I think this Michigan defense just has been so suffocating and just.
Yeah.
I
I completely agree. It was just a stark difference from the first game against Purdue-Fort Wayne, where they seemed like they were flustered on defense. They're always running. They're always trying to chase after their guy, and now they're really honed in, and they really have a lot of control on that defensive side of the ball as well. Now, what do you think Michigan's going to do here as far as player? I mean, they got a bunch of talented players. I know Elisa Brett had her first minutes of the season, which is very impressive to see, the transfer from Bowling Green State. Where do you think they go? Do you think Macy Brown gets a lot more playing time? What happens here?
Yeah, well, I think you should play the freshman. I
agree.
I mean, it's very simple. Oakland is probably not going to score 40 more points.
No.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, this game over. Yeah, I mean, play the freshmen, the newcomers. I mean, play Macy Brown, Taylor Woodson, Crockett.
Yeah.
Maybe get some of the transfers like Hanson and Brett in there. So, I mean, yeah, just play the new people.
Yeah, I agree. Dupree Huber takes it back. Van Stick takes the 3. And air ball, that'll be Michigan ball. Michigan ball here to start the fourth quarter. As well as, you're right, Macy Brown will lead the helm for Michigan at the 1. At center court as she gets double teamed by Oakland and gets the steal there. I believe Alexis Johnson comes up with the steal. Quartz Daniels gets it to the paint. Oh, and Taylor Williams forces the turnover there and gets it out to Woodson. A very sloppy start to the second half as well as Phelia takes it to the corner, pulls up from mid-range, no good. Rebound Van Stick as Quarles Daniels passes it up to Alexis Johnson, who will take the corner 3, no good off the front of the rim as Williams takes in the rebound as Macy Brown leads from midcourt, finds Phelia in the lane, no good from Phelia with that layup.
And yeah, I mean, early it's encouraging to see Macy Brown and Taylor Woodson, two really good freshmen, 2 4-stars, get to play with Cameron Williams and Laila Phelia. Some really great experience for sure.
Yeah, as Quarles Daniels takes it into the lane and good.
That might have been like 3 or 4 steps.
Yeah, that was a borderline travel there as Woodson takes it in from the wing. Macy Brown at the helm and a foul called on, I believe, Alexis Johnson there. Seems like a very sloppy start to this fourth quarter, very fast paced. I'm my first experience play-by-play calling. It's a heart attack here. But it's all good as Michigan inbounds the ball here, as likely Macy Brown will take it. Crockett will drive, force up a layup, no good. Phelia takes it back out, passes it back out to Macy Brown with Woodson at the line with Quarles Daniels forcing a jump ball there, and Michigan possession. Michigan will keep the possession.
And I mean, this gives Macy Brown a chance to be the primary ball handler, which she might not be otherwise.
Yeah, that 3 by Crockett was no good. I mean, she's effectively playing with the starters here, so that's great experience for her. She was Miss Basketball last year. She's used to being that number 1 option on a team, and now she has to kind of settle back, get other people involved. As Quarles Daniels picks up the ball here, passes it out to Westbrook, who drives in against Cameron Williams forces up a layup, and good from Westbrook. As Macy Brown kicks it out to Phelia. Crockett back out to Macy Brown for the wide open corner three. No good. And that'll be out of bounds, Michigan. Off the foot of, I believe, Cameron Williams there.
And, I mean, not only for the future is this important for Macy Brown and Taylor Woodson, but, I mean, you got to see, before the stakes get too high, whether they can be really good contributors for this season.
Well, yeah, they'll be coming off the bench, and they'll be going against that gauntlet of a Big Ten schedule. As Crockett comes up with the steal there, another turnover by Oakland. As Phelia gets the ball and leads the charge, Crockett takes it back out of the top of the key, passes it down to Cameron Williams, gets a layup, and gets the foul. I believe that it will be on Kiani Westbrook. And that was a great possession by Michigan, finding the open person in Cameron Williams and forcing her to the line. So we'll see if Michigan can turn the tide on their free throw trend here, as they've been 5 for 11 from the line. And the first one is good from Cameron Williams.
And, Cameron Williams, she's shot 77% last year. So she can continue her good free throw shooting. That's going to be huge.
And that will continue, as the second one was good, as Quarles Daniels takes up the ball against Woodson here, who kicks it out to McCormick, who drives in and draws the foul on number 21, Woodson, who is driving into the paint here, as Whitney Solom checks into the game for Cameron Williams. And that's what you're going to see here. You're going to see some of these players traditionally don't have get much playing time. They're going to get some quality minutes here, as Hobbs checks in for Macy Brown, which is a little bit of a shocking call. I would think Macy Brown would want to get these minutes now at this stage of the game. As Alexa Johnson takes in that inbound, she is flustered by two defenders. Hobbs takes on Dupree Hubert, who drives. No good on that layup. Crockett with the rebound, who kicks it out to Woodson. And Quarles Daniels knocks that out as she drives into the lane. Michigan will retain possession here.
Yeah, and both Hobbs and Phelia to the starting guards on the floor once again.
Phelia will inbound that. Knocked out by Quarles Daniels again. That looked like that was off Phelia, in my opinion, from this angle. But the refs called it. It'll be Michigan ball. Crockett will take it out.
Yeah, and for Michigan, this fourth quarter, I mean, while you're not in danger of losing, you don't want to get complacent. You want to keep establishing good habits.
I think that's why Phelia is out here, because she's really got a feel for this offense. She's that primary option on this offense, so that's why she's out. As Solom takes it out at the top of the key, passes that out to Hobbs on the corner, who tries to dump it off to Woodson, who dumps that off to Phelia. Crockett with the three. No good. Rebound, Woodson on the left side. Crockett corner, takes in the drive, in the layup, and the foul as well, and gets the N1. Great ball movement from Michigan there.
And that offense possession was really good. Ball movement. He kind of had Oakland flying around. And that'll allow them to get offensive to get the offensive rebound. Oakland really wasn't in position there.
Yeah, I agree. As Crockett takes her first or only shot and misses that, gets her own rebound. That's a dive for it and goes out of bounds. That'll be Oakland ball as well. It seems like, oddly enough, free throw shooting for Michigan has been off tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, while it's not gonna be a big deal in this game, again, it will matter at a later point in the season.
Yeah, of course. As Alexa Johnson takes that in, will draw the charge on, I believe that's Woodson, drew the charge on Alexis Johnson and will draw yet another offensive foul against Oakland. And that's been a prevalent theme in this game. Oakland has had numerous offensive fouls against them throughout the entire game.
And that's 2 straight possessions. We saw Crockett dive for a loose ball, then Woodson take the charge. In a 40-point game, that kind of effort is so nice to see.
Yeah, it's that grit that you need when you get into the Big Ten schedule. That's really important. As Crockett has it at the top of the key, passes that out to Phelia. An errant pass, but she recovers. Passes out to Hobbs on the corner. Behind the back, finds Crockett in the corner. Open 3, and that is good. Good for Melissa Crockett to make this a 73-31 game with 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Quarles Daniels will take this up. ISO, kick that out to Van Schaik. Crockett on her. Drives into the paint. Gets double teamed. Crockett rebound off the missed layup as Hobbs leads the offense here. Kicks it out to Woodson, who pulls up from mid-range. No good. Rebound Van Schaik. Quarles Daniels, who passes out to an open Dupree Hubert. And then the offense will be centered on McCormick now as they slow it down. Kicks it out to Quarles Daniels. Back to McCormick. Crossover, Woodson guarding. Kicks it out to Montu. No good from 3. Woodson gets the rebound. Hobbs will take the offense again.
And that 3 by Crockett, that's something she has added to her game. Shot 28% from 3 last year. Didn't take a lot. She's 2 for 3 today. If she can establish that sophomore, I mean, that is going to be huge for this team.
Yeah, it's going to be huge as we go into immediate timeout here. Overall, it's still Michigan going guns blazing here, even though you're up 73-31. And you're right, they are showing that grit that's very admirable and very representative as they go into this Big Ten gauntlet of Big Ten schedule when they eventually have to face people like Wisconsin, Illinois, and eventually Iowa. I mean, this grit you need to show against these teams so they can translate later on.
Yeah, like if you don't establish a foundation for playing hard each time you're on the court, I don't know if that's something you can just like turn on and off. So it's great to see here. Yeah,
I agree. Now, what do you think Oakland needs to do? Now, I know you're down, 42 points with 4:24 left in the fourth quarter. What do they need to do to, maybe take something out of this game or that they can eventually translate into the Horizon League? So what do you think?
Yeah, so while their offense has been a struggle in the Horizon League, they're just not going to face this kind of size, this kind of length. So I think obviously the primary objective going to the game of winning the game, like that's out the window now. But but I think their defense, they do have one of the worst defenses in the country. They are not big. I think it's really hard to defend this Michigan team. The shooting, the athleticism, the ball movement. But if they can be in good positions for the last 4.5 minutes, while the results might not be there, and the results haven't actually been that bad. 73 points, 4.5 minutes. Michigan's had a lot of possession, so Oakland's defense has not been that bad. Now, a lot of it has been some missed shots by Michigan, but I think the defense is going to be very important. That's something they're going to need to improve if they want to finish in the top half of their league.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think Oakland's defense has looked really good, actually. In some possessions, it's looked really good and to really contain this potent Michigan offense as Hobbs takes in the rebound, kicks it out to Cam Schroeder, who drives left side of the paint here, kicks it out to Hobbs, who surveys, finds Crockett, who finds Phelia in the corner, drives, pulls up from mid-range, and it's good. And that's her specialty there of just driving and shooting up those mid-range shots. It's kind of like DeMar, I'm as a Bulls fan, or as both Bulls fans here, I see a lot of DeMar in Phelia, just the way she can pull up. as McCormick takes in that drive, and it is good.
And that's also something that was not poorly defended by Oakland. That's just Laila Phelia being better.
Cam Schroeder takes the three, no good. Hobbs nearly gets the rebound there as Van Schick falls on it, and the offense is led again here by McCormick, who takes it, surveys the right side of the court, finds Montu against Solemn, hands it off to McCormick, who drives left side of the paint. No good. Rebound, Cam Schroeder. Kicks out to Crockett on the left side. Wide open three. No good. Rebound, Solemn. Who has to fight for it. Kicks it out to Hobbs, who kicks it back out to Solemn again. Phelia to Cam Schroeder, who fakes it. And that'll be a travel. Travel on Cam Schroeder, as Macy Brown and Woodson checks in for Phelia and Hobbs.
So I think one of the questions here for this Michigan team, you lose Kaiser, you lose Leah Brown, two of your best players. Now we know Laila Phelia can create her own shot, but I guess who is going to be able to create offense besides Laila Phelia?
Right. Exactly. As Shropsky makes the basket to make this a 40-point game, as Macy Brown takes this, passes it to Cam Schroeder, who dumps it to Woodson, who dumps it again to Solemn right under the basket, and that'll be a foul against, I believe, Prado Campillo. That'll be their fifth foul of this second half, as Solemn gets to the line, and we'll see if this free throw trend continues for Michigan, as it'll be good. The first one will be good from Solemn. Crowd quiet here at Chrysler as she misses the second one. But they get their own rebound as Woodson starts the ball. Drives into the paint. Hits a mid-range off the backboard. No good. Solemn gets the rebound. Draws another foul. That'll be Oakland's sixth foul of this second half. Just the second foul in just 30 seconds of play here. I think that's just been a pivotal error for Oakland, just getting into foul trouble on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and for Solemn, she's been extremely aggressive on the boards, being in great position, boxing out, and that's why she's gotten all these shots at the line.
Yeah. Solemn goes 1 for 2 at the line there. And, yeah, I think Solemn can be a rebounding anchor, as that's just been one of their weaknesses of the past few years. As Skropsky drives in, gets her own rebound off the missed layup, tries to kick it out to Dupree Hubert, who gets it to Macy Brown, who chucks the ball up to Crockett, gets it to Solemn but can't handle the ball. That'll be turnover Michigan, ball for Oakland.
That was a tremendous outlet pass from Macy Brown. Just a little mishandle by Crockett.
Yeah.
But that kind of passing, that's what Macy Brown can give.
Mm-hmm. As Kyra Evans checks in for Solemn, as Dupree Hubert starts possession here, kicks it to Royal Davis, who kicks it to Skropsky. Looks for the mid-range, not there. Royal Davis mishandles the handoff, who drives in and draws the foul. I believe that'll be on Cam Schroeder, their second foul of this second half. And, yeah, now you see Purdue-Fort Wayne, Oakland playing new players that haven't really played. You got Prado Campillo at the 4, and then you have Damon at the 1 right now. As Montu hits or misses both of her free throws. Or sorry, makes one of her free throws as Macy Brown takes the ball up with a minute and a half to go in this fourth quarter.
Laila Phelia. Let's see how they can
Yeah.
get their offense.
We'll see who this like a second option could be as Kyra Evans takes into the basket, tries the reverse layup, no good. From her, dumps it to Woodson, who dumps it to Cam Schroeder, pulls a three, and it's good.
Tremendous ball movement, just tremendous.
Yeah, it's a great ball movement to make this an 80-36 ball game as Skropsky takes it at the top of the key on Cam Schroeder, surveys, finds nobody, drives into the paint on her own, makes the layup, and it's good. Will draw the foul and go to the line for one with 51 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. I mean, Skropsky, at least, she hasn't had too much playing time in this game, but you do see, that scrappiness, that kind of hustle that this team, has kind of lacked, it seemed like.
Absolutely, and when you are a team in the Horizon League, if you want to be successful, especially against these larger teams, you're not going to out-talent them,
Yeah.
but you do need to kind of out-scrap them.
Yeah, exactly, and you see it with Skropsky as Crockett has it. Brown, who kicks it out to Cam Schroeder in the corner, drives baseline, nothing there, surveys, drives to the middle here with Macy Brown in the corner, finds Woodson on the opposite side of the court, shoots three, no good, rebound Crockett, who takes it by herself, no good on the putback, and Royal Davis has it with Skropsky leading with 13 seconds to go in this ball game. Prado Campillo takes the corner three, rims out, and Crockett will take this and end the game. Michigan will come away with this game with an 80-39 win against Oakland University of the Horizon League. And frankly, I mean, this game was just total domination from the jump. They came away, I mean, that first quarter, only allowing 6 points in that first quarter. With very impressive feat, and to continue that trend for the entire game, this is a great victory for this Michigan team.
Yeah, I mean, winning by 41 against a team, Michigan did what they had to do. They played a tremendous game. Their next game, they go to the battle for Atlantis. That's going to be really, really exciting. I think them and Ole Miss, I think they might be on a collision course for that final game.
That'll be interesting to see for sure. So to just recap the box score here, and it's a really evenly distributed box score just looking at the points here. There was no, Phelia, she had 10 points, but she wasn't the leading scorer here. It was Cameron Williams with 12 points. So after that, after Williams and Phelia taking charge, it's Cam Schroeder with 9, Crockett with 8, Chyra Evans with 8, Henson and Taylor Williams with 7 points, Solomon with 6, Woodson with 4, Macy Brown no points, but she contributed in other ways as well, and Jordan Hobbs, who looked like the second option in the last game, only scored 4 points. So you see that this offense, just from looking at the box score, is multi-dimensional. They're not just a one-dimensional team through Phelia. There's other options that just add more dimensions to this team and make them scarier as they progress through the season.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned Karen Williams, 12 points, 12 rebounds. You mentioned earlier some of the rebounding struggles, and that might manifest itself more in Big Ten play. Cameron Williams, she's 6'3", not necessarily a true center. This team really doesn't have a true center, but
No.
But Cameron Williams is that that kind of post player, has a chance to be a dominant post player, and she's always been really efficient. But now that Kaiser's gone, she's going to have to take up a larger role on both the offensive and defensive end. So I think if Karen Williams can continue to be as efficient as she usually is with increased volume, I think that that bodes well for this team.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not even just within that post player. You got a lot of depth there too as well with Solemn, who dominated the boards with 3 with only 8 minutes of play. She had 3 rebounds, which that's always good that you could fall back to somebody on the bench who will go get you a rebound when that has been a struggle for this team for the past few seasons as well. And now for Oakland's side, there were 2 leaders with Keani Westbrook and Coors Daniels with 10 points as well. At times, their defense looked like they shined against this potent Michigan offense. They were at some points they were really held them on some good possessions by Michigan, which is really impressive to see as well. Is there any other takeaways from this game before we sign off?
I mean, I think the only takeaway you can have is that Michigan did their job and they played really well today.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, this is a great win for Michigan, a great non-conference matchup before they get into the gauntlet of the Big Ten. As you alluded to earlier, they will be heading to the Bahamas for the Battle of Atlantis before facing Eastern Michigan and Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, at home before December hits, when they go to Cambridge at Harvard on December 2nd. So without further ado, I'm TJ Fossmeyer. This is Coby Segal. You've been listening to WCBN Sports Radio. And to recap again, the Michigan Wolverines come away with this game against the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, 80-39. You can check us out on YouTube and on other social medias as well. And with that, we say good night and go blue.